I'm West Virginia Secretary of State Mac Warner, and today is Tuesday, October 27th, and this is our election update for today. I want everybody to know that we are going to be conducting this election safely, sensibly, and responsibly. Safely, we've gotten personal protective equipment out to all the polling locations, and we will be following CDC and the governor's guidelines with regards to conducting this election. I want to make sure that everybody brings their masks. I want you to wear your mask when you're voting at the polling locations in person. Now, we will also be doing this sensibly. That means that we will be following all the laws, meeting all the deadlines. We will conduct audits and canvassing to ensure that the election is done properly. And we will be doing this responsibly. That means that we are providing options to the voters so that they can cast their ballots. We will be following the proper process, and we will be doing this transparently so everybody is aware of what is being done and when it's being done. Now, ballot integrity is the key to this election process. Every voter counts and every legal vote will be counted. Now, voting has been taking place in West Virginia over a 45-day period. That means we're 1 week from the election, 38 days have been, this election has been underway for 38 days. So that means you have 7 days left to cast your ballot in this election. Now, the election laws and rules are in place, and they will remain in place, and there's nothing that's going to change those at this point. So if you have any notions of a different way of casting your ballot and so forth, here is the way that we're going to conduct this election. People can vote absentee, they can vote early, they can vote on election day, and certain citizens are able to vote electronically. Now, the election has been going extremely well here in West Virginia. There is no suppression of votes, and besides an occasional complaint or two, there is no indication of significant indications of fraud. Now, West Virginia offers more options to vote than any other state, and I say that because of that electronic option that I mentioned moments ago. So let's go through the full accountability and the transparency of where we are today in the election. First, there are 1,268,460 registered voters in West Virginia. Already, the absentee votes are 114,059. Early votes, that's people who have gone to the polls and voted early in person, are 126,147. And early votes electronically, 1,254. So that's a total of 241,460. That represents a 19% turnout, and we are still 1 week away from the election. So my message to you is, if you want to be a part of this election, you've got 1 week to decide how you're going to vote, pick one of those options, and then go execute. Here are the key dates to remember. Tomorrow, Wednesday, October 28th, is the last day to request an absentee ballot. And if you've waited this long to request it, I highly suggest that you use the electronic portal. That's where you can go to govotewv.com and request your absentee ballot electronically, and it automatically goes into your county clerk, and they will be sending you the ballot the next day. We've had over 64,000 people who have successfully used the electronic portal, so it's easy to use, and now with being up against that deadline, that is the best way to request your absentee ballot at this point. You still can pick one up, you can download it and stick it in the mail, but it has to be in the clerk's hands by tomorrow. So the mail is not a reliable system in that case, and that's why I'm suggesting the electronic portal. The last day to vote early is this Saturday, October 31st. The polls close at 5 p.m. So use one of those satellite locations and vote early if that's your choice. Then, of course, Election Day, November 3rd, that's next Tuesday, a week from today, is Election Day, and that is the close of the voting period. Canvassing will begin the following Monday, November 9th. So if you have any questions about these dates or polling locations, use our website, govotewv.com, for all elections-related information. Other issues that have arisen, you've heard some things in the news about cybersecurity, perhaps Russian meddling or Iranian meddling. Know that West Virginia is not one of the states that has experienced any sort of data intrusion or hacking. We have an individual with a top secret security clearance that is watching our elections infrastructure on a daily basis, so you can rest assured that we are squared away in that regard. Again, I emphasize the health and safety of this election, that the PPE is in place, and bring your mask to vote in person. We will be following those guidelines at the polls. And finally, preventing fraud. You are our eyes and ears with regards to fraud. If you see something, say something. You can report it to 877-FRAUD-WV. We do have a task force in place to investigate fraud, so let us know if you see something or if you feel any voter intimidation or voter suppression. Finally, realize that elections matter. You matter, your vote matters. So please, get out there and vote and enjoy this election. Thank you.